So I'm Miss Lay. I just want to let you know the reason why I'm doing this in the first place. I'm in my master's program. This is my last semester. I spent a whole year researching, finding research, because I love home visit. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to share. I wanted to find out, is it really beneficial? And so I did a whole year of that with interviews, parents, teachers, with scholars, everything. And it was ended up to be like 150 pages. So in this semester, I wanted to make it more meaningful, and I just wanted to do a training. A little informational. I'm not a trainer. I'm not certified, but I wanted to be here to share my passion, to share my knowledge, to hopefully that we can all work together and kind of promote that, because for the last 3 years we stopped. So hopefully this session will be beneficial and would give you courage to go out there and try, because home visit is really amazing based on the research that I found that they do support. And the first time I've heard about this was through my credential, and I just fell in love with it. And since that on, we were trained the first year, and I've done it every year. For the last 5 years, I've taken a few teachers with me, and the most we've had was like 6 going together. And you know, Mr. Trump said it could be a movement teacher, a mom teacher, and whoever it is, but the purpose of it is to get to know the kids, to get to know the family, just have that, you know, just establish that that network and beautiful relationship between the parents and the teachers and the kids, and it shows them that you really care. So far, it has been amazing and very rewarding, and the kids get so excited because when you go, you ask them to talk about it. So when they come back to the class, they're very excited. Let's spend like the next 5 minutes, share a little bit about home visit. I know that some of you had already, so if you can be brave and raise your hand, share a little bit about it, because I know there are a few in here that have not done home visit yet. I know you have. So can you be brave and share a little bit of your experience of how home visit is to you, and what do you see home visit like?
Well, again, as was discussed, the importance is to see. We see the kids on our turf or the school campus every day. It's very seldom that we go to the actual house. The parents, the families, the grandparents, the aunts and uncles, and most importantly, the kid sees, wow, they care enough about me to go out of their way to come visit me. And a lot of times there'll be food offered. It's quite a big deal. And as was discussed by the principal, this is not a time to say, you know, Johnny or Maria or whomever has been bad or good, or this is what I really want to talk about. It's a time to just kind of observe and let them. It's like a lot of times we run the meeting as the teacher. Let them run the meeting. Let them. You're a guest in their home, and it's a really if you let it happen. And be kind of almost passive about the whole experience. It's a wonderful experience in that you get to know what is happening firsthand, and things start to click as to why that student acts the way he or she might do. You might hear the dad and go, "Ooh," or you might hear the mom and go, "Oh," and so things click of that nature, and again, you want to keep it positive. If they try to get you with, is my son or daughter doing this, that, or the other thing, you know, you want to give them a little bit of some information, but say, you know, let's set aside that for right now, and I'd like to just know more about your son or daughter, or your grandson or daughter, or what have you. And in a half hour, I've been where I've been over 2 or 3 hours for like a 7-course meal, you know, I mean, no kidding, where they pulled out all the stops. Because as you know, in many cultures, it's a big deal to have your educator come to your home, let alone someone from the community. And you know, if you were to leave quickly, it would cause more harm than good. So really try to set a chunk of time out where you're not on your cell phone, you're totally invested in this, and I know we all are. So there we are.
Thank you. The last time I went, and I'm a vegetarian, so like mom literally cooked everything vegetarian, like all Thai dishes. So that was like a 3 hours visit because you just got to know more, you know. They want to show you their game, their favorite game. So I actually got a chance to play with, you know, some of the games that they play as a family, like, you know, during the weekend or something like that. Anyone else would like to share? Yes?
I'll share mine. I went like on like 5 or 6 different ones, and my experience has been that, you know, you built a rapport before. Like there are some who were on the outs, they were getting a divorce, but if you build up the rapport beforehand, if you talk and you listen to them beforehand, they still will let you into their homes. I did not go to a Starbucks. I did not go to the park. I went in with other individuals who they were also comfortable with, and it was an extension of the conversations that we started at school. So because I just talked to people.
Right.
So it wasn't like, oh, let me get to know you. It was like, oh, okay, and about what you're doing at the school. They were really active in the schools though. So you had parents who were on campus as much as you were on campus, right? And then, oh yeah, we're doing home visits, can we come out and, see the rooms or, talk, things like that, to learn more interest. And we did have multiple siblings in one setting as well. So I thought that was really interesting. And we went over like, oh, what you don't eat, they fed you. They were really, really nice. They were just like really welcoming. And nice homes too. So everybody, cleaned up before you came. So that was nice.
But there are visits where it's just 20 minutes. And it's okay, right? Depends on the relationship that you have with the parents. It can be 20 up to 3 hours. So, that's what you get to. And you will have parents who are very talkative. You will have parents that are reserved, but at the same time, they do trust you. They have trust in you for them to invite you into their home. At the beginning of the year, usually in the beginning of the year when I do the survey, usually there are about 6 that decide to not, but in the middle to the end of the year, they change their mind because of the things that they've seen, and when you have that relationship with the parents, and that's what you want. You want a little relationship first before you step into their home to continue that, and it turned, out to be a really great experience. I think you can raise your hand.
Yeah, I just wanted to go off on what you said because it could be kind of tricky sometimes because she said that there are parents who are very talkative and you find out there are parents who are really focused on themselves and they kind of start talking a lot about themselves and they totally forget why you're there. So you just want to redirect and you do want to be able to let them be open with you, but don't forget that you kind of want to bond with the child as well. And so try to redirect the parent or the family members to try to make it about them and their child and not just them sometimes. I did 20 home visits last year.
Yeah.
Did all my kids last year. It was intense, but it was wonderful at the same time because I am so close with all my parents and it's amazing. It was really hard to let go of them for this coming school year. So they were a tough little group for me last year, and it was my first time really in a full-on classroom, and so I really had to, because they were an emotional little group, so I had to really connect with the family. I had to really connect with them, and I had to, more importantly, I had to get them to trust me. So it was really to build that relationship.
But there are a few pages in here that we're just going to focus. The rest, you can explore on your own a little bit. Okay? So on page 6 is the 3 main components to an effective home visit. So the first one is the call, right? The second one is the visit, and like Mr. Schultz said, the third one is the follow-up. Okay? That is the 3 things. And if you turn on to the next one, this right here, page number 7, it's a guideline for making the call for a home visit. So if you read through it, introduce yourself, right? State the purpose of your call and why you're doing this. Offer a couple of dates available that you would like, and I will also give you an example of a letter that we drafted up, both English and Hmong, because there are a lot of scholars here that are Hmong, and you want the Hmong parent speakers to be comfortable with the idea. Okay? to be sure to let your parents know how long you will need. Again, 20, 30 minutes, up to whatever time it is with the relationship that you have with your parents, okay? Inform the parents if someone is going to be accompanying you, like Mr. Shum said. You need to go with someone. Most of the times, I go by myself. I want to be honest, because I have a relationship with my parents. Before I meet with them, I go out and greet with them, outside, or I call them for a care call that I do on not weekly basis, but at least once in every 2 weeks, and check up on the kids, talk to the parents a little bit. So when you actually do the visit, it's like, old friends getting, coming together. So that's something that I do prior to the actual home visit, and that has helped my visit has been very successful and welcoming. Find out if your scholar or your visit need a translator, right? I haven't experienced that yet because a lot of the parents can speak English, and if not, we have these wonderful teachers over here that will come with us if we need to. And like Marie said earlier, if the parents feel like, oh, I don't want you to come to my home, right? That means they're not ready yet. So yes, you may suggest Starbucks Park. Last year I took a group of 5 teachers, and we met at a restaurant. And the kid was there, mom was there, dad was there, and it was a really nice, turnout too. And at the end, they invited me back to their home. So it depends on how they feel and what they feel, but don't be intimidated by that, and take a step back and just kind of leave it as it is, and then move on and just continue with building that relationship. Okay. This is so important. Confirm the address. Because sometimes, and that happens to me once with Mr. Shum. I took Mr. Shum once, and the address was wrong because apparently they moved and they didn't check the school. So, and our phone died. My phone literally died. But somehow I don't know, I don't remember what happened, but we were able to find the home anyway. But check, because parents, sometimes they're so busy, they do not update the information. So check with them and call them to confirm with them the day before, okay? The next one, this is going to be fun, okay? We're on page number 8. If you turn to page number 8, this is what we're going to do. I know some of you have not gone to home visit, so you are going to be pair up, okay? Perfect. Everyone in here, you all have a partner. One will be the mother, one will be the teacher calling, okay? And this right here, it's just a guideline of what you can say for the phone call conversation, okay? So if you can read a little bit, take some time, read a little bit so you can get familiarized, and then after that, we'll play a little role play. And then one can be the parents, one can be the teacher. Right? So go ahead, do the call. You need do the call. Get yourself comfortable.
Okay. Yeah, I think you follow it basically. You can add I'm doing great. How are you? I'm calling you because I'd like to get to know
This is the same thing, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's a coincidence. So, it's a short visit that will not take more than 40 minutes. The 2 days I have in mind next Tuesday and 3 o'clock. Yeah, first time in a long time.
It's going to get better after you practice.
Hi, Mr. Yap. I'm Mrs. Hedge, your son's teacher, and I'm wanting to do, I'm calling because I want to do home visits for I want to make sure I get a relationship between you and
I'm Madison's teacher. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Good. I'm doing good. Well, I called him because I want to get to know my parents and my students, and I want them to know me as well. I know how much your son
So did any teacher, did any parent give the teacher a hard time?
She did.
She did? How hard was it?
She asked me about that's the time for dinner. Do you want dinner or not?
Now, was she a teacher or a parent?
She's a parent.
Oh yeah, she said, yes, I would love dinner.
All right, time to opportunity.
Yeah, because not all the parents will offer dinner, right? They will offer water and some snacks. But it's up to you. Okay, so how was that? Was it okay? Can I ask you guys to share a little bit because you've never done home visit?
Yeah, we talked about it. It was interesting. I think we forgot we were going to ask for the address.
Ah, okay. What about you?
You think it was I don't know. I think it will be interesting because I've never done it before, and yeah, maybe kids will behave different in their house.
Yeah. Totally different. A lot of the kids are very opposite. They're very well behaved in the classroom, and they're not at all. And what helps too is, in the beginning of the year or when I'm ready, I do the little letter for the parents telling the purpose of why I am doing this. That really helps a lot, and you have a little better understanding who wants to. I make, again, this is just sample, and on the back, there's also a little home visit sheet for you to keep track as well if you want it. I'm also going to be sending it to you. Yes, I will be sending it to you so you don't have to recreate everything. So I know that Mr. Shong said that when it's your home visit, the first home visit, you don't talk much about this and this and this, right? Or structure and things like that. But it can also be in a positive way, right? For example, I just did a home visit on last Thursday, and this scholar, he is a strong side Maxwell. He's an amazing strong side scholar in the classroom. At home, it's the opposite, right? It takes him about 30 minutes to finish just 20 problems on the facts. And so Mom and I are working together. And he needs a structure because in the classroom, he works well with structure. So then what I did was I kind of did a little structure I worked with him. I took him in one-on-one, and then we went over some of the things that we can do better at home. That way, when he comes to class, he's more prepared. So this is the positive side, and he agrees, he likes it, and it talks about what he needs to do when he gets home from school, and then at the end, he has like an hour of free time, what can he do? So it was a very positive experience. And this was a recent recent picture of us getting to know each other at the end. So right now, if the ones that have already experienced home visit, what are some of the things that you do there? Right? What are some of the things that you do there? Yes.
Well, I think I'd get like stationery, books, pencil, things like that for the from the school, just as like an offering, ease our way into the place.
Yes. Yes.
Try to make it as non-adversarial, because just by the very nature of the school coming, some parents could be on the defensive thinking this is going to be a sneak attack. And try to, even if you don't feel as comfortable as you are, try to look as comfortable as can be, even though maybe you don't feel comfortable for whatever reason. Unless it's something egregious, to put them at ease, and it'll boomerang and it'll put everyone more at ease.
Thank you for your suggestion. Yes.
Same, and brought treats to my families last year, but before I brought treats, because there's allergies and all kinds of things out there, and maybe they don't eat donuts, maybe they like chocolate chip cookies or something like that. Some sort of like home baked goods. And then one thing I did was basically I wanted to find out the child's interest right away. And because you'd be surprised how that interest you can build and bring it to your classroom and use it in some sort of like area of academic. And you could tell, and they get so excited to bring them in because you know that they're into Ninja Turtles, and you know what the name of the Ninja
very short. So page number 9. If you turn to page number 9, it's the first home visit. It tells you, take a little moment to check your assumptions before knocking at the door, right? And this right here is very informative. I really appreciate this page a lot. It helps me, give me a little guideline of the things that I can share with my parents. And so if you read through it, again, reintroduce yourself and whoever that is coming with you. Restate the purpose and expect the length of visit. Again, that can determine the relationship that you have with your parents and what they have prepared for you, right? And then in the middle, it says ask getting to know you questions. There are 2 questions down here that are a good way to start out. And then if you look through it, I'll give you a few seconds to look through it. And then what we can do too is there are other questions that may come up and that you want to know about it. So take 2 minutes, read through it, give yourself a little chance to read. And if you have questions in your head that popped up about home visit, whatever it is, that's when you can ask. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ms. Fang. I teach 2nd grade. This is my 3rd grade teaching. I've heard about home visits before. A lot of my colleagues have been doing them for years, and I've been wanting to do it, but I've never been fully trained in it and felt comfortable with it. I've never had anybody who would say, hey, I'm willing to go with you and show you. So I've never done it. And today, Miss Lei has given us a home visit tutorial and training, and I feel confident, I feel excited, and I want to go out there and get started and visit my kids at home so I can learn more about them.
So my first home visit was with Hien, and I had an amazing time. If anyone were to go on their first home visit, I would definitely recommend Hien. I was very nervous and hesitant. However, going on the first one with her, she allowed me to, let my guard down, and with her positive energy and vibe, it allowed me to relax myself more, get to know the kids, had fun, get to know the family. We toured the house, had, food and everything, saw pictures, and so, it became a very personal connection with the parents. And yeah, she's a great person to do it, lots of knowledge, and so I would definitely go with her again.
Thank you so much for doing the presentation on home visits. I feel a lot more comfortable now, especially in making the parent want me to come to their house and welcome me in so that I can get to know them, and a little less afraid now than I was beforehand. So thank you for all your input and for everything you gave us together so that we can read through it, kind of have a script to make the call, and some ideas on just getting to know the family rather than making it discussing behaviors or academic or that kind of thing, like a teacher-parent conference, to make it a different environment. I think I know how to now. I don't think I did before.
Hi, my name is Ku Bang. I used to be a bilingual assistant at Luther Burbank. And so in 2005 to 2011, I was doing a lot of home visit projects with teachers, counselors, and other administrators and staff at Luther Burbank. And so the experience was great because it opened my perspective on scholars or students, and it's been a great one. I realized how important a teacher is to a family with, the high respect, and they need a lot of help, and they just feel so welcoming when you're there, like you're part of a family. They feel so excited, like you're part of them now. And so I think that was the best part. I also learned a lot about culture awareness, dressing appropriately, all that play a very important factor. And it changed the kids' point of view about who I am or who the others are. And so doing that for 6 years, I feel like it's a lot of like embracing these families that I know. And even though I don't have them now, if I see them, they still feel like I'm a part of them. And I think that's the greatest part about being involved in home visit. It's like building that relationship, not just that 1 year when you have a kid, but it's almost like a long-term relationship, especially because I'm Hmong, and I go out there to like Hmong New Year and stuff like that, and every time they see me, they're like, I remember you, and they keep that. And so I think it's really great. I love it. And the presentation today also covered a lot of things that at that time I did not know so well. It was more like do this and do that and remember this, remember that, but I wasn't so sure about all the process. And so now seeing, I'm like, hey, I did all that and I did exactly that. I didn't know it was a process, but I did it. And it was fun and exciting, and I am always open if anyone need me, because I think that's a great way to build a relationship, and we like to continue doing that.
Thank you.
Thank
you. When you came over, yeah, we had salad for lunch, huh?
Yeah.
So like that.
It was a good salad with variety.
Yeah. So, anyways, home visit is nothing to be afraid about. You know, I mean, it's just the way you present. They like to see how you live and see how the interactions are at home. You know, whether it's peaceful and harmonious or whatnot. But I think what goes on at home really reflects upon what goes on at school too. I think that the behaviors that are instilled at home or the family culture will reflect into the school culture, and how the scholar behaves on campus is most likely how they're going to behave at home.
What about the communication and relationship between the teachers and the parents?
I think that relationship, for me, being on this campus has been very good. I'll kind of go out of my way to find out who the teacher is and how the teacher reacts, and in which way that I could assist them in helping Anna learn the most she can. So, you know, it's been a win-win for me with the whole thing.
I have actually had two experiences with a in-home visit, one with my youngest child and one with my middle child. Both experiences were very pleasant, and I believe that my kids took from both experiences a connection with their teacher that they didn't have before. They were very excited to have their teacher come and see their rooms and be a part of their everyday life. The only problem is that now they want them to come back often, and they think that they can come to every event that our family has. But I think that that's marvelous, because they want their teachers to be a part of their day-to-day, which makes it easier, I hope, for the teachers in class after that bond has been established, to help them to stay on task and to make them want to do their best.
Thank you.